Alright, we are back. Last week we did Pokemon Silver with just Aerodactyl, and I named it Pidgeot because for some reason that was funny to me. Okay, so anyways, yeah, it was pretty easy last week. There was some difficult parts, but it really wasn't too challenging. This week we're going to see if we can beat Pokemon Silver with only Doduo and Dodrio. I will let it evolve, so it will be just one Pokemon, but it will evolve. So it does evolve at level 31. These are the stats for the two. They aren't that good for Duduo at all. Like, the attack's good for Duduo and the speed's good, but that's it. For Dodrio, it really is decent all the way around. The attack is amazing and the speed's amazing. So the rules are no other Pokemon except for HM only, and it'll be limited items. So it's realistic as to what the other trainers in the game would use. 2 items per battle, except for the Elite Four, it'll be 1 item per battle. Obviously no glitches or exploits. I just feel like they use items, why can't I? Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, I nicknamed Doduo me because it looked really weird in the game and literally me. So anyways, we start and the first rival was pretty easy. That's actually pretty low health though. I mean, I don't know. It was nice not having a normal type attacking move this early in the game, but at the same time, Doduo is one of those weird Pokemon that's part normal and flying. Pokemon aren't oftentimes normal and something else, so it's really interesting, and I actually did enjoy it. And there's some really good physical normal moves. See, like Ponyta and stuff, they have mostly physical attacks, but they have high specials, so it's really stupid. But Doduo has high physical attack and high, like, good physical moves, so it really works out well. So, the Flying Gym actually wasn't too bad. I did have to heal between each of the trainers and the gym leader. But overall, it wasn't too bad, nothing too challenging. We can move on to the next route, and nothing's too challenging here either. Pretty basic, and all the Pokemon goes down pretty easily. We have a lot of grass and bug types this early, and those obviously are going to go down really easy. Now this cave here in between the first and second gym, it is extremely hard, because as you see here, the damage Doduo's doing to Onix is almost nothing. So it was a lot of healing and a lot of patience. But I don't think I died to any of the trainers in there. It was just a lot of like going back and forth between the Pokemon Center and going on to the next trainer. So this was the Team Rocket hideout right before we did Bugsy. Nothing too challenging here either. Pretty much same as the rest of the game has been so far. We go to Bugsy. I knew this would be easy because we have a flying type attack or a flying type move, and he's weak to flying. Except for Scyther might be part flying, but he went down pretty easy too. It was 2-hit KO for Scyther. So then we go on to the second rival, and I did still have Pursuit for Ghastly. It's a really weak move, but it is super effective against Ghastly. But this is the last time I think that we fight the rival that we have that move. So then we go on to, I think, the Elix Forest, is that right? And it's pretty easy, get the cut, we catch up Paris, we go into the next route, onto the way to Whitney. It's pretty easy there as well. I actually really like this route. They have some really fun Pokemon at these trainers here, and that kind of makes it more interesting. So then on Whitney here, we go against Clefairy, attack it a couple times, and I was worried here because I knew Rollette's rock type, and we're going to be weak to that. But I was like, maybe we can get it down in time. Well, we didn't the first time. So we had to level up some. I battled all the trainers in the areas north of town, like every single trainer I could before Whitney. And we go back in and we try it again. Obviously, Clefairy is going to go down really easy. But then we go against Miltank, and it takes a peck, I think I used, and 2 tri-attacks. So it wasn't too bad. It was really close still though, but it wasn't like the worst in the world. So then on the next town, we go ahead and get Surf before we go to the 4th gym. It's in the same town, and this is always a really fun part for me, so I figured I would show it this time. It's this house that you have to use go to get Surf, and you have to fight all these trainers in here, and each of them have one Pokemon, and each of them are an evolution. It's always really interesting to me. None of them are normally challenging, even in ones that they're effective against you, it's still not challenging because the AI for them is so bad. Anyways, on to Morty, and I didn't know how this would go, honestly, because, you know, it's ghost type, and we're part normal and flying, and At the same time, though, we are part normal, so they can't hit us. I wasn't really sure how it was going to go, though, but it ended up going really good. So that wasn't too bad. On to the next gym, the fighting gym. Obviously, this sucked. Well, I mean, I don't know. I got kind of lucky, I think, but I did battle it twice, or I battled him twice, or whatever. And that was the winning attempt there. I'm going to show the first attempt against Jasmine here, but I tried it like once, I think, and I was like, okay, this isn't happening, because we're part flying, and, you know, the electric and the steel both are going to be really effective against us, so we just could not do that yet. So we go on to the Team Rocket thing. I show the last leader here, and obviously that's pretty easy, considering the Pokemon that she has. And so then we go on to Price, and I mean, did you really expect Price to be challenging? Is Price ever challenging? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Something that I do think is really interesting here is that the Ice Gym leader here doesn't have, like, I don't know, like, I guess Shelter, Cloyster, Jinx. There's so many good ice types that they could have had there. Anyways, back on to Jasmine, and I literally fought, I feel like I fought like almost every trainer I could before this. Like, it was extremely challenging, and I tried and tried and tried, and eventually got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to get lucky. We're gonna have to get a burn, or a freeze, or a paralysis on Tri-Attack. That's the only way it's going to work. And we're gonna have to base on luck. And we finally got it, obviously. So then we go into Claire, and it's always really satisfying to me when I get to beat Claire on the first try, because Claire is so condescending to me, and I really hate Claire as a trainer. She doesn't give you the badge and makes you do this stupid fetch quest, especially in Pokemon Silver, because you don't even go to the cave to talk to anybody, you just pick up this thing, and she's like magically appears there, and she's like, I don't know, it's weird, I don't like it. So anyways, then we go on to the rival here. I fight the first few Pokemon, do Golbat, he's down, Haunter, I go for Drill Attack, or Drill Peck, and that took 2 attacks and he was down. Kadabra, we did get cursed though, so that kind of sucked. I was not sure how that was going to go. We take down Kadabra pretty easily, and then on Typhlosion we fainted. I don't normally die to the last rival battle, so this was actually kind of interesting, but we press on. I was a little mad, but you know, it's whatever. So the second time we take down Golbat, we use Tri-Attack. On Haunter, we use Drill Peck again. That was a 1-hit that time. On Kadabra, I mean, he's like a special tank, so any physical attacks is going to do well against him. And honestly, I think it was, I don't think I healed before the rival that time, the first time, that's why. So the second time it was not too bad. So then we go against Will, and Will was one of the harder Elite Four members, and that's not normally the case, but this time it was. It wasn't like the worst in the world. It could have been worse, obviously, but it was more challenging than normal. So we did get through that one, and then we go on to Koga. We take down Ariados. On Fortress, it was surprisingly a 2-hit KO. I'm surprised with how bulky that is. Crobat did heal itself, but it didn't matter. We still took it out. Venomoth went out, and then we go into Bruno. That wasn't too hard. I knew it wouldn't be since we was flying, and he's weak to our flying moves, most of them, except for Onyx here. So Onyx was a challenge, but that was really the only part that was a challenge here. And then Fly was a good move in this part of the game to use when a move was building up, or you know, you knew a move was about to hit, so you would use Fly to dodge it. And also he was just really weak to it. So then on Karen, we go through Umbreon, we use Fly, it confuses us, and that was one of our downfalls here. It confused us, and it took out most of our health from us being confused because we kept hitting ourselves. Because, you know, that's just how your luck goes when you play. This is the stupidest thing ever. Did you see that? We get taken out from Murkrow. What? Like, I feel like most people probably forget that she even has Murkrow, let alone that you get taken out by it. So, we actually don't try that much more times. In fact, I think this is like this is the third attempt of the Elite Four, I believe. And we go through Will, we go through Koga here, we take it out, and I wasn't expecting to beat the Elite Four here, but we take out Fortress, we use Drill Peck on Muck, it goes down in 1 hit, Crobat goes down in 1 hit, Venomoth goes down in 1 hit. I think I used all my rare candies before this time. That's, I think, why some of these turned into a one-hit KO. So then we go for Hitmontop. We can't use Fly there because Hitmontop does no Protect, and if it, like you're doing a 2-turn move like that, it will always use Protect to dodge the second attack. So we get down to Machamp, take it out, we get to Hitmonlee, take it out, and we surprisingly lived. And so I'm like, okay, we made it past most of the Elite Four at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and heal up. And I didn't use any ethers though. I was like, I don't really want to use that many potions though either. So I'm like, we'll see if I can beat Karen. If I can beat Karen, then I'll consider using an ether before the last one. And we take out Murkrow. And at that point, I was like, okay, this is going to be fine. And we take out Karen. So that wasn't too bad at all. I think that was the first time we beat Karen. She did beat us the second time from us being cursed again. That Gengar cursing us is just the worst in the world. So I really was concerned here. I did not think I was going to win at all, but we take down one Dragonite, we take down another Dragonite, and the Dragonites obviously are really bulky, and I was really concerned about a Hyper Beam, because a Hyper Beam would obviously take us out, and the Aerodactyl there is obviously very, it's rock type. So anyways, you notice I did use a full heal, and then I will admit I did use a Hyper Potion here, so yes, that is technically 2 items. Just pretend I used a full restore, or whatever the one is that heals all your health and your status. Like, I didn't have one, so I didn't use that. But I used 2 turns, so it was actually worse than using that. So, just consider that's what I used. So, we beat the game with Dodrio at level 69. The longest parts of this was Jasmine, and that really was, I guess, the only part that took forever. It was really hard to get past Jasmine, though. Whitney we had to heal up, train a lot for too, I guess, but yeah, I guess that wasn't too bad. Alright, so that is the end of this episode. Let me know what you think down below. If there's a certain Pokemon you want to see, let me know down below. Next week, we are going to be doing Smoochum, and I will let it evolve into Jinx. So, stay tuned next week. I don't know if it's going to be on Silver or Crystal. If it's on Crystal, we'll do the time comparison like we always do. I will see you in the next one. Have a good week.